Alright guys, Watchman's Post coming to you again. I found you another article, a little bit of information. I mentioned it in my last video, so I thought, I might as well make a video about it and show you guys what's going on with it. This one is involving the great river Euphrates, and that's in Revelation, and I'm going to show you that. So, let's get into this, and I'm going to bounce around and show you a few things. Let's get into this here. This is in-game, and this is a guy I follow, and I talk to sometimes. His stuff is pretty great. You can check it out. He's got a YouTube channel. You can find it in my subscriptions. Just type in in-game on YouTube or Twitter, and you can find his stuff. He's got awesome stuff. I retweet and share a lot of his stuff. And he found this article here from ZeroHedge.com. Russian fighters killed in clash with the U.S.-led coalition forces in Syria. So you click on that, and it pops open this article here, and again the same title. I'm not going to read all of it because it's talking about other things, sort of a general overview of the news recently. But I just want to focus in on this information here. Got a little bit highlighted here. It says, while Russia's defense ministry said at the time that the pro-government militias involved in the incident had been carrying out reconnaissance and no Russian servicemen had been in the area, the story changed on Monday when it emerged that at least 2 Russian men fighting informally with pro-government forces were killed in the incident in Deir al-Zor. And I think there's probably different dialects of Arabic and stuff, so they, sometimes these places will be spelled different. But don't get crossed up on that. It's all the same place. Deir al-Zor province, their associates told Reuters. So they're saying that the U.S. coalition did a strike in this area, and at first they were saying, oh, we didn't have any forces there, but it came out later that they did, and there's a statement right there. And I'll show you a little more and get more in depth with this in a second. So it says, if the deaths are confirmed, it could turn into a political scandal for Putin. So they're saying these guys died and they denied it, and they were probably undercover, and they don't want to let the government know because the people will get upset about it, so they just kind of sweep it under the rug. And this sort of stuff happens all the time. But they're saying, they covered it up so it doesn't look bad on Putin. With the public demanding why the government is keeping military deaths under wraps already, Gregory Yavarvinsky, a veteran liberal politician who is running for president in the elections next month, has called on Putin to disclose how many Russians have been killed in Syria and in what circumstances. So they got elections coming up, and he's wanting to drag this out to make Putin look bad. If there was large-scale loss of life of Russian citizens, the relevant officials, including the commander-in-chief of our armed forces, Putin, are obliged to tell the country about it and decide who carries responsibility for this, Yavinsky said in a statement released by his Yabloko party. Of course, if indeed Russian soldiers were killed while fighting under covert circumstances, meaning they didn't want anybody to know that they were out there doing that. It's not highlighted for me there. In the same way as killed U.S. military advisors are kept under seal. So they're saying this happens to us too. This happens in America. Some of our guys get killed, and they act like it didn't happen, so that it doesn't escalate the situation. So that is the last thing Moscow would like to publicize. Unless, of course, the political calculus shifts and Putin decides that it is time for a full-blown military escalation, in which case the deaths will be used as the justification behind any armed conflict. So they're saying he could, judo this politically and make it in his advantage and show how he needs to have a conflict with us. Here's a tweet. Check this out. They're showing the strike, video of the strike. Boom. There it is. Boom. Blowing up this area. And you know, you can find stuff like this on Twitter all the time. But this is supposedly the Deir ez-Zor area in Syria. But I just wanted to show you that strike there. Here is the great river Euphrates, and Deir ez-Zor is right on the Euphrates River there. You can pull out, zoom out a little bit, and try to give you an overview so you can understand where everything is. Again, Deir ez-Zor is right there, and this is the great river Euphrates. This is Syria, Lebanon, and then Israel's down here. And you're saying, you know, why is this relevant to Bible prophecy? Why should I care about this as a Christian? Why should I care about a couple Russians dying on the great river Euphrates? Well, if you've read Revelations, it talks about the great river Euphrates. In Revelations, it says, let's see, Revelation chapter 9, verse 14 says, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day, and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So, they're going to slay a third part of men. That sounds like they're going to kill a third part of the world. World War III, a third of the earth die. 2,000, I'm taking that to be like a 200 million man army. That sounds like World War III. And you know, this is emphasizing, this is God Almighty emphasizing, where is this going to happen at? The great river Euphrates. I'm not saying that this is happening right now. I'm just saying, you know, this is an example of, there's the Euphrates, and this is the Deir ez-Zor. This is where it happened at. This is an example of potential Bible prophecy and things to watch for on a daily basis. This just happened the 12th. Today's the 14th. This just happened a couple days ago. So if you know what to watch for, you could pop this stuff open and find stuff like this all the time. And stay encouraged, and there's many things to watch for. I thought this was very interesting. I'm not saying this is going to start World War III. I'm just saying it potentially lines up with things that are in the Bible. And someday this could start a World War III. That's what it sounds like there in Revelation 9. It sounds like World War III is going to start off the great river Euphrates. So, you know, I follow any kind of activity that's going on in this area. I've got an older report, that the Iranians have come over, and let's see, Iran's right here. You know, the Euphrates has dried up a lot over the years. ISIS has built a dam and it's dried it up. But I've got a report in a past video where the Iranians have reportedly come over, and almost in that same area, down in this little corner, and the Iranians have crossed over multiple times. And that's in Revelations. It says the kings of the east the river will dry up, and the kings of the east will cross over. And who's to the east there? Iran. And I said also in Ezekiel 38 that Persia's going to come and attack. So there's plenty of things to be watchful for. Lots of prophetic things are happening, and many things to be encouraged about. Matter of fact, I think they crossed over in this Abu Kamal area. This Deir ez-Zor area is where they've had this strike on the Russians. They've had lots of activity fighting in there. But supposedly the report said that the Iranians crossed in this Abu Kamal area. They crossed the river Euphrates here. So, like I said, this is just another, thing to be encouraged about, to be watchful for. And another sign for us to know that this is how close we are to to these prophecies unfolding. This is how close you are to Jesus coming back, and our redemption draws nigh. Stay faithful. Stay watchful. Work out your own salvation. God's working out all things for our good. I hope this encourages you. I hope one of these topics that I'm covering sparks your interest, and you find something to open up every day and be excited and look for, and in a sign that Jesus is coming. Many things to watch for. I mean, this covers Russia, which is the bear. That's in Daniel. Just on a personal note here, I've been amazed lately following so many things and how so many prophecies seem to be coming together. It's a wild thing to see. I believe Daniel's beast, the leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings, is Iran. Iran's all in the Syria area, and Russia's in there too. It's just amazing, just amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter, retweet, and keep giving me support. Give me all the help you can. Thank you for all the you guys who've been helping me out. God bless you all. Be encouraged. Jesus is coming.